Good morning, Sam Salinas. Good morning, Gert. Glad to see you boys in the chat. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got an announcement that came through.
Do we?
Yeah, and an NBA player just announced he's retiring from NBA basketball. We also have a suspension to talk about involving a linebacker from UTSA. And we're going to talk about Team USA basketball beating South Sudan. Are they back?
Okay, so Jason Tatum didn't play the first time, right? Another big name got 0 minutes yesterday.
Oh, say it ain't so. You know, Steve Kerr, he can't help himself. It's 10 already. I have not a single thing at work. Hall of Fame football game. So Chris Gonzalez is saying. Oh, and you did see the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. You saw it with the kids, right?
Yeah, well, one of my daughter.
Okay, Ava? All right, so we'll go ahead and talk about that later on in the show.
Nice.
I did see the rating you gave it on the X, so we'll talk about it.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast. That's right. It's Thursday in the Alamo City, home of the Spurs, the UTSA Roadrunners, Trinity Tigers, and the UIW Cardinal. And in my heart, the Texas State Bobcats. My name is Mike Jimenez. That is Joe Garcia. We're going to have a fun show today. Lots to get into. The Olympics keep going on. Team USA out there on the court yesterday, beating South Sudan. You know, South Sudan was 6 seconds away from winning in the exhibition game about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
26-point spread. We were like, God, man, Sudan's gonna keep it close. Keep it close. Nah, man. Team USA opened up a can of whoop ass. What was funny though was that Jason Tatum actually stiffed the court because the first Olympic game, he didn't play 1 second. And then yesterday, another star player was benched the entire game. What the hell is Steve Kerr doing?
He's a dumbass, dude. You have 40 minutes to work with. You can't find time to play your best players. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with the equation?
Exactly. Our YouTube line is open right now if you want to leave a comment or two. Sam Salinas already coming out saying, what? No tuxedo today, Mike? Yeah, I got my Astros shirt on. Look at me being a poser.
No.
Look at me being a poser with my Astros jersey.
And then you're going to probably go wear Texas Rangers as they go far in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, I don't really have any loyalty when it comes to baseball, you know, so if people want to sway me towards the Astros, then I will. You're a T-shirt fan. I'm a T-shirt fan.
There you go.
I have loyalty to the Saints in the NFL, the Spurs in the NBA, LSU when it comes to college football. Now, the question becomes week 2, I believe, of the college football season, Joe. We're going to have a matchup between the UTSA Roadrunners and the Texas State Bobcats. This one will be in San Marcos. Texas State coming off a bowl win.
Yeah.
Okay, a bowl appearance. Texas State had a losing record. They got G.J. Kinney. So G.J. Kinney, who turned UIW around and took them far to the playoffs in that division, that level of college football, goes over. And keep in mind, he was also a high-end offensive coordinator back in the day. He goes to UIW, turns that whole franchise around, goes to Texas State, makes it a winning team. I tell you what, that UTSA Texas State game is going to be massive, and I cannot wait. I will be there, but the question is, do I wear my UTSA clothes because I tailgate at UTSA games, or do I wear my Texas State maroon? Because here's the thing. I graduated from UTSA, but I was a freshman, I was a sophomore and junior over at Texas State. And when I graduated from UTSA, there was no football team. So for me growing up, the college football experience was what? Texas State. I don't know, man.
I get that, man. But where does your money go as far as your college? Was it going to a UTSA?
My money went both ways.
Well, where did you graduate?
I graduated from UTSA, but I spent 2 semesters there. I spent 5 semesters at Texas State.
Okay.
So I have loyalty to both, man. I have. It's kind of like those people who have dual citizenship.
I understand that, but they have dual citizenship, but they have to claim one country. You graduated from UTSA. Do you have the paperwork, the
I
documentation?
do, and you know what? I'm
There
about
you go.
I'm about a semester or maybe 2 semesters short of a degree at Texas State.
You have a degree from UTSA. I think you got to wear the
It's
UTSA shirt.
it's a broadcasting journalism degree that I'm about 2 semesters shy from,
There you
which
go.
is funny because I had a 10-year career in TV and I had a 3-year career in radio, but it would just simply to get that degree.
Yeah.
We have lots of people already on our thread. Sith coming out saying, Jimenez, saw you looking slim last night. Saw last night's post. Okay, so let me show you this one on my screen here. Rudy J posted something on Instagram yesterday, and he posted that he ran. This is his post from Instagram yesterday. He called it Mr. Walk It Out. Rudy J of In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J talked about the fact that he did a 6.06 mile walk around the neighborhood. Now, Rudy J lives maybe about 2 to 3 miles away from me, right? And sometimes we've gotten together to go for walks. We've done it a few times before. I don't know if that's weird or not, but, me calling up Rudy and going, hey, Rudy, you want to go for a walk? And we go for a walk. We'll go do 3 or 4 miles. We've done it before. We walked from his house to the Stout House one time to get drinks.
There you go.
And we walked back, right? So the thing about it is that I was going to do my walk. I have done some jogs earlier in the week, but I wanted to give my knee some rest because the pounding of the pavement when you're going for a run. And I only ran 2 or 3 miles, right? But yesterday, Rudy J posted the 6.06 miles, and I decided I was going to go for a walk. And I was like, I'll just do 2 or 3 miles. And as I did 3 miles, I realized, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go to the 4th mile. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to catch Rudy. And what I did was matched him. 6.06 miles. That is my number right there. Took me a little bit longer than him. He was walking a little bit faster than me, but we both did 6.06. I burned 845 calories. He burned 980 calories. Might have been doing a little bit of a jog along the way, but that's the way I looked in front of my house when it was all said and done. Excited to do 6.06. And I did that for Rudy J, man. I was letting him know that it motivates me. So we're on that walk, Map My Walk app or Map My Run. Either one, they kind of work hand in hand. You can see whenever your friend walks, and you can see the pace that they're at, the elevation and stuff like that. And people were reaching out to me going, Jimenez, nice run, nice walk. I had people reach out to me this morning say that they want to go with me again if I'd be willing to do 6 miles again today. But I am at the trimmest I've been. It's not so much about weight anymore because the scale's not moving that much. I'm still down from about a year ago, 17 pounds, but my clothes are fitting a lot better. I tried putting on a belt the other day, Joe.
Yeah.
I was in Houston. I'm glad I took 2 belts on that trip because when I put my belt on, there wasn't enough holes. Like I had to squeeze it in a little bit more. And had I put it on the last hole that was there, the last hole being the one from the bottom, it would have been loose. So I'm lifting weights. Again, people reaching out to me yesterday saying, well, it's kind of too late to get a summer bod. But I'm doing this just to be more limber, man. Just to be out there.
Be more limber.
Gonna go play some tennis this weekend.
You're going to be an athletic specimen?
I like to say this. I'm deceptively athletic.
Oh, my God.
Deceptively.
Oh, my
6.06 miles. And I also mentioned I looked at all the miles that I did on the app. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I walked this many miles like during the day. I'm not talking about during the day. During the day is during the day. I'm talking about going out at night and saying I'm going for a walk or a jog. This is not what I did during the day. This is what I did at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. I did 53 miles on the app in the month of July.
Wow, man. We have some interesting stuff that I'm looking at right now that when you were talking right now, I saw pop up on the X. It's been reported now officially by TMZ that Cardi B has filed for divorce from Offset, her husband.
From Offset? Yeah.
So she finally pulled the trigger on it.
Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, they have my heart.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, dude, some of these rappers are smoking hot.
Yeah.
I like Cardi B. She has one of those annoying voices.
She's a hardworking woman, dude.
But, dude, she works her ass off. That's a hustler right there. So I'm not going to – I know you hate Lizzo.
No.
You hate Lizzo. But respect to her for the art that she does. But Cardi B, man, where she came from and how she's grown and matured as a person, it's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And I like Offset, dude. I mean,
Well, he just can't be faithful, man.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
You know, I saw something here, and I don't know if we want to talk about it or not, but I'm gonna leave it up to you. So all over the X that I saw late last night and even this morning, it's from the Olympics. You have two boxers going at it in the female division, right?
Mhm.
One of them went ahead and was allowed to, let's say, compete,
Right.
even though they are technically not a woman.
Yeah,
And the other one is. So I'm just like,
I don't know enough about it to like
You
have
know?
a logical. I wish I knew more.
it's not so much like we're taking sides here. It's just like, okay, you know?
Yeah, I understand the logic of people who identify as certain
Genders. Yeah.
Okay, and I am not a homophobic person, and to each their own, right? Love who you want to love. That's how you were born. That's just the way that it is. But from a competitive standpoint,
It's a disadvantage,
it's
man.
a disadvantage, and it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, well, either way, the match ended after 46 seconds because, I mean, the girl got punched in the face, you know, by somebody who's substantially stronger than the opponents she's normally used
Yeah.
to facing.
And I'm talking about in generalities. I don't
Yeah.
know the depths of this whole thing. I
Yeah.
don't know the backstory. I saw a headline and I kind of just went by
Yeah.
it.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, it ended in 46 seconds.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, you prepare a lifetime to compete, and then for it to end that way, it's I don't know, man. To me, in my opinion, I just think it's a sad turn of events for the boxer.
Yes.
You know, so
Hey, South Sudan covered the spread yesterday against Team USA. USA won 103-86. Now going 2-0 in Group C. So there's a handful of teams that are still undefeated. France being one of them after they pulled out that victory over
I mean,
Japan in overtime.
that was one that they could have easily lost against Japan. And that 5'4" point guard that set the team on fire, bro. He was lighting them up.
So I'm taking a look at who all played for Team USA yesterday. So what was weird about the whole aspect of this game is that Team USA scored 103 points, right?
Yeah.
103 points. Did you know that their starters only combined for 37? Think about that. The bench came through with 66 points. The bench outscored the starters 66-37, led by Bam Adebayo with 18 points off the bench. Kevin Durant had 14. Anthony Edwards had 13. Derek White had 10. And you look at the starting lineup, Tatum only had 4. Tatum, who didn't play in the first game, because again, remember, first game, it was like we forgot that he was there, and he started the next game. Shut up, Steve Kerr. LeBron had 12. Anthony Davis had 10. At 8, Booker had 10. Steph Curry only had 3. Remember what we said last time? I think it was yesterday we mentioned this, Joe. I believe that the bench was better than the starters. The original starting lineup of LeBron, Booker, Curry, Drew Holiday, and White, I was like, the bench is better. Because I trust Kevin Durant, Bam Adebayo, and Anthony Edwards more, and Derek White more than the starter lineup.
Yeah.
103-86 against South Sudan. South Sudan, I mean, it was a blowout in a hurry. I mean, it was 55-36 at halftime. It was a blowout in a hurry. Team USA was up double digits within the first few minutes of the game.
I mean, South Sudan kind of was hanging in there for the first quarter, but wheels fell off after that.
Yeah.
Second quarter was kind of interesting as far as the disparity of the scoring. United States had 29 compared to South Sudan, who had 22. It was that first quarter where they kind of fell short. They let the United States outscore them 26 points to South Sudan, only putting up 14 points. Third quarter, South Sudan came out and bested the United States 21-18. Fourth quarter, 30-29 as far as the United States and South Sudan in the scoring. But
Team USA was picking pockets, man.
They were picking pockets, but it seems like they went ahead and won this basically in that first quarter.
I mean, Durant and Anthony Edwards had 3 steals each, and they were picking pockets. And what they were doing was they were not allowing South Sudan necessarily to get into their offensive set.
And they were having a hard time knocking down threes.
They were meeting them at the midcourt line.
Yeah.
They were like, we're gonna
pressuring them.
We're gonna start. It wasn't a full court press.
No.
It wasn't a zone.
But they were putting pressure on them.
They put the pressure right at the midcourt line, and they would either pick their pocket or disrupt the flow of the offense. They were not letting them get into their offensive sets.
They were actually trying to get rebounds.
Yes, and that's where Anthony Edwards was. And then also understanding that, you know what, these South Sudan guys can't guard the rim. You know, alley-oop after alley-oop, just toss it up.
Yeah.
Just toss it up. Adebayo's going to go get it. Toss it up. And you're going to see LeBron get it. Or you're going to see Anthony Davis get it. Just
and I bet you that
up.
was the players figuring that out, not the coach.
Yeah.
Because what happened with Steve Kerr? He did lay an egg again. Who did he not play in this game?
He did not play Joel Embiid.
Say it ain't so.
Gee,
man.
I mean,
Come
Joel
on,
Embiid got a DNP, did not play. Coach's decision. So it's weird how, imagine this. Imagine Team USA makes it all the way to the gold medal game. Gold medal game. And he doesn't play a star for the gold medal game.
He played Bam Adebayo.
Bam is a team player.
And Joel
Bam is a two-way player. Joel Embiid is a very, very, very good player. And, you know, you can argue he's a top 7 player in the NBA.
But they invited him over,
but
man.
he needs to be the focal point of an offense. Like the offense needs to run through him.
Yeah, but the coaches don't they get the players and they're like, hey, we want you on our team.
Yeah.
They wanted him.
But they're assembling an all-star team.
Okay.
The belief of Team USA is that they're going to beat you based simply on talent as opposed to cohesiveness, rapport, whatever you want to call it. That's what Team USA does. We're going to out-talent you. The problem is that other countries, whether it be Germany or France, is gaining on that talent. They have less talent, but they have more cohesiveness because they play all the time together. That's why you see the boomers from Australia do well and Patty go well. These players on Team USA have not played with each other. And if they have, it's been for like a summer. Germany, Canada, Australia, they grow together. And at some point, we're going to get caught. I mean, we got caught in 2004 with Argentina.
Yeah. At
some point, we're going to get caught. But Kevin Durant going out there was a point in time in the third quarter where there was a referee, a FIBA official that was being yelled at by 3 Team USA players, right? They were just getting pissed off. And if I had to tell you which 3 they were, you knew who they were. You knew who the crybaby was. It was LeBron James. And it was LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry going after the official. And the announcer was like, this official will have a story to tell that 3 of the 15 greatest players in NBA history were yelling at him at the same time. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, the game is pretty boring, dude. I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the whole thing in its entirety, and I was not entertained. This was just Team USA beating up on South Sudan. And the problem is when you have these types of games, you know, in the Olympics, you have these international teams. One of the things that you don't want to do is fall behind by double digits right out of the gate because it's hard to climb back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened with South Sudan. The United States came out, wanted to make a statement, punched him in the face right away. Unfortunately for South Sudan, they're just not talented enough to overcome the deficit. And the United States has more talent, and that disparity was on full display yesterday. At the end of the day, the team with the better talent won, but it's not always that way.
Mm-hmm.
And as the United States goes further and further into this Olympic play, I think they're going to be pressed by some of the better teams.
I agree. Women's basketball gets going today. They're taking on Belgium today. As for the men's side, where Team USA, you know, whether it be LeBron and all those guys, they're not playing today. Wemby's not playing today. They all start playing again tomorrow. Tomorrow you have Brazil taking on Japan. Australia going up against Greece. So you're going to have Patty Mills going up against Giannis in that game. Canada is taking on Spain, and France is going up against Germany. Team USA does not get going again until Saturday when they play Puerto Rico. Hey, wait a minute. I thought Puerto Rico was part of the United States. How did that happen?
It's a United States territory, Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that there's Guamanian players as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a U.S. territory.
Is there a Virgin Islands? I mean, come on. How is Puerto Rico not part of us?
It's a U.S. territory.
I know. Not a state yet.
Not a state, but a territory.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's kind of like you're part of us, but not really.
Yeah, the United States. Washington looks over at San Juan, Puerto Rico, and is like, man, you guys are broke, man. You guys have a ton of debt. We're okay. We're okay.
We saw your credit score.
Your credit score does not qualify to be part of the union.
We saw that credit score. You all right? Where you at? Man, you know, one thing that I did see coming out here that I wanted to talk about real quick is that Team USA won a medal in rowing. That hadn't happened in quite some time. The men actually won a gold medal. since this is the first time since 1960,
Mhm.
that they actually won a gold medal. So congratulations to the men's rowing team.
Yeah. Sam Salinas reaches out and says Tim Duncan played USA basketball because the Virgin Islands did not have a team when he first played. If the Virgin Islands had a team, Tim, might have played against the U.S. The medal count, by the way, has been updated this morning.
Oh, I
United
saw.
States has 31 medals.
How many gold?
It's just 6, man. I mean,
Still.
we have the most silver at 13. We have the most bronze at
man.
12. But look at all the countries that have more gold medals. China with 11 gold medals. France with 8. Japan with 8. Australia with 7. Australia has more. The Boomers in Australia have more gold medals than Team USA. But again, when you add them all up, we got 31, baby.
But they ain't gold. Not a lot of them are gold. One of the things that I watched yesterday this time, the air rifles. China won again, man. China, it's like they've been winning gold. I've been keeping track of the China team, right? They keep winning gold. They're just so damn good, dude. And the other thing that I watched yesterday, for the first time, not for the first time in this Olympics, was the kayaking, dude. The women's kayaking. That's interesting, man. I don't know if you ever paid attention to it or watched it, but they have like this little obstacle course they got to go through with these rapids. Man, that's hard. What they're doing,
that is crazy, dude.
They're like, it's incredible how they're able to navigate through that course with the rapids going on.
That is a white people sport right there, man.
Hey.
That you're not gonna see a bunch of brothers and Mexicans going out there in the white water rapids.
Oh, and then the swimming. I did watch the women's swimming yesterday, and they had the United States was not even favored. Sweden was not even favored to win. They were going with some other swimmers. And it was interesting, man. It was, they just go back and forth real quick. It's like 2 laps, a back and forth. USA came in second. In the first place, it was a heated battle, man. Sweden actually won the gold medal in that event.
JHNSB reaches out and says, it's because they banned TikTok in China. That's why they're so good and winning the gold. So what's kind of funny about what's going on with the Olympics is that you find that people start falling in love with certain athletes. I know that there was a French swimmer, I believe, that caught the attention of the world because of the bulge he had in his Speedo. I thought the cold water would chill it out, man, but he bulges out getting out of the pool. I think it was a diver or a swimmer.
Yeah.
But others are falling in love with, if you want to show my screen, like Simone Biles. People are falling in love with their TikToks and their Instagram reels and things like that. And they're like, well, who is this person? And it's funny because whether it be a track and field player, whether it be someone who plays gymnastics or volleyball, some of these.
Oh, she's Italian.
Yeah. Italian gymnast Giorgia Vita. Apparently posing with Parmesan cheese.
Hey, man, if it pays the bills, man.
And even the dudes getting into the mix here.
Oh, man, I pass on that, man.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Olympic bodies, literally, both men and women.
Did you see the men's Olympics? Have you caught any of the men's, not Olympics, but the men's gymnastics?
No, not yet.
I saw some of it yesterday, man. And again, man, China, the guys that they rolled out there, so damn good at what they do, man. They're
tiny.
They're so strong, though, man. That's the thing with these gymnasts. It's like all of them out there, the men, they're not very tall, but man, they're jacked. They're jacked up. They're juiced.
Reminds me of Ocean's 11 when they had that little Chinese guy that was jumping.
Jumping
from the vault to the vault.
Yeah.
By the way, here's a blast from the past. Michaela Maroney. Remember Michaela Maroney? Dude, it didn't get any hotter than her, man. Michaela Maroney is the ultimate Olympic hottie for the last 20 years. I don't care any other one. This was mine.
Former gymnast.
And still an Instagram baddie to this day. Good grief. Again, Team USA doesn't get going until Saturday. Team France, man, they better get it going again. That was so brutal. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I watched that 4-point play. That was a weak call.
I'm telling you.
I understand the call because it looked worse than what it was.
It was weak, dude. That's what we said yesterday.
But it was weak, man.
It was a weak call.
Was it a foul? Yeah. Do you call that foul? No.
It's a weak call, dude.
It was bad.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Japan should have won that game.
Yeah, they
You
were the
know,
better team that day.
They were the better team. And the problem is that what Japan was lacking in, I guess, their athletes, as far as them being not as good or gifted as the France team, is, man, they were playing with a lot of heart, dude. They were on it. They were playing with a lot of heart. They went out there and they put a lot of effort into that game. And that effort and hard work was outworking France, man. That's all it was.
Most definitely. You were talking about a retirement in the NBA today.
Man.
Gordon Hayward. Dude, Gordon Hayward is that type of player that's 34 years old. He started playing when he was 20. So it's about 14 seasons. Played with the Utah Jazz, Boston Celtics,
He's
the
been
Charlotte
riddled with injury, man.
OKC. Man, that guy could shoot, though, man.
He had that gruesome leg injury, remember?
Yeah, that was brutal. Career 37% three-point shooter. Gordon Hayward was just that dude. He was not like, I mean, I don't know how to consider Gordon Hayward. He was just a very like good third or fourth option.
He was a very good role player.
Yeah.
A very good, not just like he's all right. No, he was a very good role player.
One-time All-Star, by the way.
Yeah.
He could go down in history as saying former All-Star, NBA All-Star, Gordon Hayward. Kind of like Christian Laettner. Christian Laettner was a one-time All-Star as well.
Yeah. Did you see the infamous meme from Gordon Hayward?
No.
They showed him right when he was in college or something like that. And they go, in the beginning, like when you're going to go date, your girl or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes up to her and he says, "Hi, sir, I'm here to pick up so-and-so." And then they show him with his NBA look, chiseled with the hairdo and everything. And he's dropping off his date, and he goes up to the door and looks at the dad, and he says, "She calls me daddy too." So he went from the college boy to the man.
Now, speaking of college boys, CBS Sports today released its college football rankings. Its first top 25 preseason, not only preseason top 25, it's a preseason 134. Number one overall. Georgia Bulldogs. Makes sense.
Okay.
Ohio State at 2, Oregon at 3. The Texas Longhorns fight at number 4. Alabama at 5, Ole Miss at 6, Penn State at 7, Notre Dame at 8, Michigan at 9, Utah, the Utes. Did you just say Ute? At number 10, my LSU Tigers are at 12, and Oklahoma's at 18. A&M, the Fighting Aggies at 20. Arizona, Iowa, NC State, and Kansas round up the top 25. What I want to see is UTSA. Where is UTSA ranked in this whole thing? Let's see here. Let me do a search because this just came down. UTSA is ranked number 47 in the nation.
Oh, man.
Out of 134. That's not bad. 47 out of 134. Here are the
middle
schools.
Of the pack.
No, middle of the pack would be like 67.
Man, they're a little bit above, man.
Dude, this is like the top third.
But you criticize the crowd.
This is on the
what is the crowd?
Field.
What is the crowd rate in your book in the top 134?
Bottom 20, dude.
Oh, God.
Do you know who has the worst crowd though? Texas State. Texas State football
worse than
crowd.
UTSA. UTSA crowd is not bad, dude.
Dude, we had Frank Harris on. And Frank Harris was like, dude, it's really loud on the sidelines. And he even admitted between the 20s and 50s, right? 20 to the goal line, loud.
I'm giving you an opportunity
20 to 20
to step off your soapbox, but you're gonna double down.
Man, everyone over there like they're at the movies, just sitting there all
bro,
quiet.
I can't believe you're gonna double down on that.
All
bro.
quiet. UTSA ranked number 47. Look at all the schools that they're ranked over, dude. They're ranked over Colorado, dude. Shadir Sanders and Deion Sanders, all the hoopla around Colorado. UTSA right now, according to CBS Sports, is ranked over Colorado.
Oh,
ranked
Coach
over
Prime.
Ranked over Baylor. Texas State, though, here's the thing. Texas State, coming off an 8-5 season, is ranked number 65. I would guess, Joe, that might be a pick'em game. I don't think UTSA is going to be favored. I don't think Texas State's going to be favored when they play there in San Marcos. Yeah, I rolled my R for that one, baby.
San Marcos. Now you're Mexicano. Today I'm Mexican.
Or the way they call it over there, because it's a 90% white school. San Marcos.
San Marcos. Hey, but
is my office off of Blanco Road or Blanco?
Blanco. You for you, it's Blanco.
I have forever said Blanco.
No, it's Blanco for you, brother. But we do have some news that was breaking here that we're going to talk about, since we're talking about college
Oh,
football.
wait, real fast. Number 134 schools, right?
Yeah.
Number 133 is Kennesaw State, who plays UTSA week 1,
August
August
31st.
3:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome.
So this is what we're going to get into, man.
So our strength of schedule sucks.
Yeah.
That way.
Friend of the show here, JJ Bettis. Yeah, great guy, man. He's always covering UTSA. Does a great job. Make sure you give him a follow. He went ahead and put this out on the X. He says, UTSA announces that linebacker Martavius French has been suspended from the team. And with further information, he went ahead and put this excerpt out on the X. UTSA football senior linebacker, it says, Martavius French has been indefinitely suspended from all football activities due to allegations of personal misconduct, which that has not been disclosed yet, but they say that they are taking these allegations very seriously, and a full investigation is ongoing. And this is by UTSA head coach Jeff Traylor.
Yeah, he don't play, man. He don't play. Allegations of personal misconduct that can go a variety of different ways. So we can't really speculate as to
what it could be.
But there's not a lot of names of UTSA that I know. I mean, you knew Frank Harris. You knew the wide receivers' names. Back in the day, you knew the running back's name. But Martavius French was one that we did know. So this is a big loss for UTSA.
We don't know what happened quite yet, but I'm sure
it's big enough for him to be off the team.
I mean, indefinitely. That sounds like that
wasn't a 1 week or 2 week suspension.
Sounds like it might be a serious allegation. I mean, hopefully, everything will come out in the end and work for both parties. But something you don't like to hear, man. I mean, especially with these kids, they get these scholarships, and they probably wind up getting paid in the NIL deals that they get, and to lose it on an allegation of something that is very serious and involves an investigation. It's tough, man, because a lot of other kids would die to be in that situation.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm taking a look at the Texas Longhorns. The Longhorns, you have to be excited for them. But the question becomes, how far is this team going to go? Because I know they're the 4th ranked team, and I know that they are talented enough to be in that situation, right? But at the end of the day, their schedule is so rough this year, man. Like, how many wins can we expect them to get? And on top of that, do they get credit for having such a difficult schedule? Because I am more impressed by a 9-3 team that goes through the gauntlet.
Yeah, they're battle tested,
as opposed to Alabama, who, don't get me wrong, Alabama goes through the SEC schedule, right? But they oftentimes will say, well, we're not going to play any good teams on the road. That was a Saban thing. Saban never went to another team's school that was really good when it was non-conference play. He would play Florida State in Atlanta. He would do a neutral site. But I don't know if you ever noticed that. He would never do a non-conference big game on the road. Yeah. It never happened. The only games that were on the road that were big was when he would go to Georgia or LSU, or he would go to A&M because it was on the schedule, the SEC schedule. But non-conference, Nick Saban stacked the deck so much, and I didn't respect that. But you look at the Longhorn schedule. They start off against Colorado State, okay? But then they go on the road at Michigan. ESPN reporting that the cheap seats in that game are $353. Then they play UTSA. Then UL Monroe. Okay, so kind of a weak schedule, but then it picks up Mississippi State. Then they play the Red River Rivalry, which I have a hard time saying, against Oklahoma.
Red River Rivalry.
Then they got Georgia the next week. Then they got Vandy, Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky. They end the regular season against A&M. They reignite that whole thing. By the way, take a look at the ticket prices. The most expensive game is Texas against Texas A&M. Kyle Field right now. Tickets as low as $566.
No, I'm good, man.
I'm good. I'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings. God,
down the street.
That's a horrible place to watch a game. Remember back in the day going to B-Dubs? to watch a game.
BD Dubs.
That was so
God.
2008, man, to go with Buffalo Wild Wings. But $566. You could get a flight to Paris to go watch the
40 more
Spurs play
bucks.
for $40 more.
Round trip.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. $500 to watch a game? No, I'm
Yeah.
good, man. That's too much. To watch a college game, I mean, if it's a playoff game and it's a team that I've been a fan of all my life and it's
Yeah.
a once in a lifetime opportunity, you shell out. But just to watch the end of a season game? No, man. Who's going to play at this point, right? It's the last game of the season. If you're going into a playoff, are you going to play your starters or are you going to give them limited minutes and rest them?
Right.
You know, come on.
So Mario Cavazos reaches out to us on our YouTube stream and says UTSA will only go as far as Owen McCown goes. Owen McCown, the sophomore quarterback for the UTSA Roadrunners, previously played for the Colorado Buffaloes. Again, there's no more Frank Harris. This is the first time in a decade that we don't have Frank Harris. Frank Harris was on this team for 7 years.
Jeez,
Because of injuries and COVID and red shirt and all that stuff. We now have a new quarterback. It's time to get excited.
New era.
Time to get excited.
We need to get Frank Harris back in the
We
studio
will.
so we can talk.
We will.
And the thing is, look at this update from Hanover Fist. They have UFC going to be making history by having a fight or an event in the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Right.
First time. It's a big hyped up event, right?
Mhm.
First of its kind, because we're used to the Sphere hosting what?
Concerts
Concerts.
and IMAX type stuff.
Yeah, but they have not done a sports event there. This is going to be the first time. Groundbreaking thing, right? Hanover Fist says UFC at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Cheapest seat, Mike, 4K.
Okay,
Jeez,
so I've
man.
been to the Sphere. It's a fun time. It's a beautiful facility.
Oh, no doubt.
But the stands around it are not necessarily, maybe it is in the round.
Yeah.
They cut off a portion of it for the video
Screen.
display. There's no bad seat in the house.
But 4K to watch a UFC event?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Bro, come on.
Like what? Okay, so like I look at tickets, right? So I bought tickets to go see Ice Cube this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch Ice Cube.
Beating drop 4K.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. Well, I mean, they weren't asking for that, so
Yeah.
the most expensive seat there was like $300. I dropped $115 a ticket.
It's not bad.
Right, $115 a ticket. And it's floor seats. If you want to have lower level seats, but kind of like high up on the rows, about $80. Upper level seats going for about 70, 75. That includes the fees and whatnot.
That's doable, man.
And I'm thinking about like how much am I willing to spend for some of these things, because I was online this morning looking at Post Malone tickets because he's going to be in Austin in a couple of months.
Is he going to be playing at the circuit?
Germanian
Okay.
amphitheater. I'm looking at those ticket prices and I'm like, man, it's like $215 a ticket just to have a
Posty.
seat. And Post is great,
But his voice is auto-tuned like a mother, dude.
Unless he's singing country.
No, it's always auto-tuned.
Country's fine, man. Come on.
No, you can hear it too. Like I've heard him sing live. He's all right. But he's all right when he's not auto-tuned. But when he goes in front of the audience, and it's not just him, a lot of these entertainers now, the soundboard engineers and whatnot, they have that auto-tuned. And especially with Post Malone, you can hear that vibrato that they have in the auto-tune. How it goes.
So there's
there's
a bar behind North Star Mall that does karaoke, right? It's
they got filters.
I don't know what it's called, Bogies or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty cool place. I haven't been there in years. I haven't been there since COVID, right? And but you'd go over there and you do karaoke.
Yeah.
And I swear they would auto-tune you.
They do, man. I'm telling you, man.
I swear it was the only place I'd ever been to for karaoke that auto-tuned. By the way, Sith reaches out to us and says that he gave up his ticket to go see Ice Cube in order to go to the wrestling event. Tell us about the wrestling event.
Yeah, so the wrestling event that we have coming up is going to be at Halftime Pizza. We're actually supposed to have the people from Halftime Pizza on today, but it was a scheduling thing, they got back to us right like 26 minutes before we do the show. And unfortunately, I didn't feel that was enough time for them to fully prepare, for that. So we're going to have them on tomorrow. But Sith and Brandon are going to be doing an event at Halftime Pizza on Saturday. And the event is going to be taking place at 6 o'clock, family friendly, Food for all. There are going to be some giveaways. It's going to be a fun event, man. And that's going to happen on Saturday at the Halftime Pizza, the Tesla location at 6 p.m. But one of the things that I did see come through the wire here that Sith was telling us about right now is the Boeing Techport Arena. They're going to have TNA Wrestling is coming to San Antonio on Friday, September the 13th. Friday the 13th.
Nice.
And they're going to be performing both Saturday. So it's going to be the 13th and the 14th, Friday and Saturday. And if you want to get a little, I guess, early access, you use the password VICTORY to get early access to tickets now up until 10 p.m. tonight if you want to get in on it early.
That's pretty badass, man. Techport does a fantastic job. I love going over there. I saw Boys to Men there a couple of years ago. Great place. There's not a bad seat in the house. They only seat maybe 5,000 people there, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a much better place than, like, remember Freeman Coliseum back in the day?
It's horrible.
That was a terrible place to watch a concert.
It's so hot, dude. They don't even turn the AC on until they start playing the music.
It smells like the rodeo still.
It does, dude. And it's so dated. But the one at the Techport, the way they have it situated on both sides when you're sitting down, like in the floor seat, and you're in that lower bowl, they have a bar off to the left. They have a bar off to the right. And right next to the bar, like not even like far away at all, you got the men's bathroom and the women's bathroom.
Yeah.
So you have a bar and immediately you have two bathrooms that you can use on both sides of the concourse. And the cool thing is that when you walk out around the main concourse, they have a designated area where you can go out and you can get your food and your drink. Nice little place that they have out there. It's just, within walking distance from the actual venue itself, from the concert, when you're going into the main concourse there, the main venue.
So, it's funny because we were talking about like the rodeo back in the day. It smells kind of funky over there. You can't get that smell out of there. You have to air it out for years to get it out. I was in Houston last Friday, and I was touring this building that was being retrofitted by another company that does that as an investment. And long story short, they were telling me, they're like, yeah, we build buildings, like big buildings, and we do that as well. And they said they built the Toyota Center, and it was so weird because Toyota Center is where the Houston Rockets play.
Yeah.
And, lots of events that go there, concerts and whatnot. And they were saying, Michael, we have the ramps there at a very low level. And this is the way they're talking to me. They're like, it's only at 3 degrees. And it's not a very steep climb. Do you know why it's only 3 degrees, Michael? And I looked at him, I said, elephants? And he just looked back at me and goes, yeah, that's the actual answer. It's the elephants from the circus.
Oh,
they have to have the flooring at a slope to accommodate
the elephants
and the giraffes.
That's craziness, dude. Hey, look at. We got some information coming through here. I wanted to read this. We got a Posty fan here. JHNSB says his voice is not auto-tuned at all when live. Listening to him sing, his voice is auto-tuned. They put a shit ton of filters in a lot of these performers' voices. You can hear it. I can. I'm very attuned to sound, so I can hear the filters being used. Mm-hmm. It is not a live human voice.
Oh,
some
come
of these singers,
on.
it's not. Some of these singers that can really sing, they don't need that. But some of these that are and they're just out there to perform, they filter their voice like a mother, dude. I'm telling you, man, y'all need to get up and listen, man, because their voice does not sound like that naturally. And you can hear it, man. I'm telling you, when he has that microphone, that's not a normal sounding human voice. You can hear the filter being turned on. And there's applications that they have that show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Brutal.
Look at that. Sid says he sings auto-tuned country.
What's the worst concert you ever went to?
Oh, God, I'm going to tell you, man. This was back in the day. Me and my wife were dating at the time, right? Mm-hmm. She was my girlfriend at that time. We went to go see the Smashing Pumpkins come to the Freeman Coliseum.
Really? Okay.
When they were doing the Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness tour, right?
Yeah.
That was a
great album.
That was a hell of a concert, hell of a day. My boy got in a fight that day. He was in the upper level, right in the balcony. Mm-hmm. He was fighting. He actually fell and landed on somebody because he was fighting with the ushers and not only the guy. He lived. He was all right. But the worst performance was Garbage, dude.
Really?
Garbage, the band Garbage. Yeah, they opened up.
She was so fine. What was her name?
Shirley Manson. She came out and, well, her and the band, they came out and they were opening up for the Smashing Pumpkins. Dude, she was so drunk that day. I'm surprised she could even walk. And she just sounded awful. I think she got through like 3 songs and people started throwing water bottles. They started telling her to get off the stage, that she sucked. And she turned around and she finally had enough. She flipped the crowd off, told them off, said they're leaving and they're never coming back to this stinky, smelly town again.
All right, show my screen real fast. She is not attractive anymore, but in the 90s.
Oh, she still looks all right.
Oh, I've seen some photos of her
She's
most
all right.
recently.
She's all right.
I don't know, man. She got hit with the ugly stick in the last couple
Hey,
of years.
man, Father Time is undefeated,
But
Mike.
back in the day, dude, Shirley Manson brought it, dude. That was a good-looking rock star right there.
Look at this. Is funny, man. Mexican Junior. I do karaoke at a Hidden Tavern on West Avenue. They make your voice sound as awful as possible. I would tip extra for some auto-tune.
Do you know what we need to do as a group here? They have at Pick's Bar on 1604 near between I-10 and Northwest Military. Wednesdays and Thursday nights, they have live band karaoke where there's no music being piped in. You're playing with a real live band. I've done that about 4 or 5 times before. That's an experience, man. That's a great time. And they have like 700 songs. So you go to Pick's their website and they list all 700 songs. Have you ever done that, Joe?
I have not.
Okay, so I used to do it at Hot Tin Roof back in the day, which was on 410 in Callahan.
Throwback, bro.
Hot Tin Roof, dude. Go over there. Sang Panama by Van Halen.
Oh, I want to see that, dude.
Sang Eyes Without a Face by Billy Joel.
Oh, you
Billy Idol, rather.
You could sing that?
Eyes Without a Face.
You sing it just like that?
Yeah.
Oh, God, man.
It's Billy Joel. That's Uptown Girl.
Billy Joel. Oh, I could see you singing Uptown Girl, doing the Carlton on stage.
I can't do the Carlton. I don't know how to dance, man. My dance is one hand on the hip and one hand up with a drink, baby. That's my dance right there.
They're talking about Shirley Manson. She aged like milk.
Did you ever think that who was that girl from Kurt Cobain's ex, Courtney Love?
Courtney Love, yeah.
Did you think that she was hot?
Back in the day, she's cute.
Courtney Love was kind of.
But I'll tell you, man.
She was with Edward Norton back in the day. Remember?
I'll tell you, low key, and you can look this up, man. Her band Hole, right?
Yeah. Oh,
dude, the bassist from that band, she was dying, man. And now she's on tour with the Smashing Pumpkins. They picked her up.
Dude, look at this photo, man. She was with Edward Norton when Edward Norton was big, dude.
Yeah.
When Edward Norton was, Fight Club Edward Norton, he was with Courtney Love. Courtney Love, that drugged up psycho chick.
Why did you don't think Edward Norton was into something like that? Maybe he was the same way.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, come on.
He's an artiste.
Hey, but look up the bassist, dude, from Hole. I'm telling you, hot little redhead, man.
All right.
She's still bringing it, dude.
All right. I can see it.
She's cute, man.
I can see. Oh, there you go. Oh, make me over.
She's cute, dude.
Yeah, I remember Courtney Love was always like pissed off that she wasn't a bigger star than what she was, but the talent wasn't there. They were good enough to have a couple of hits,
yeah,
but they weren't like, world-breaking musicians or anything like that. Mexican Junior saying that Courtney Love was hot in the Larry Flint movie. Man, see, Woody Harrelson was great in that movie. See, that's a great movie. I haven't seen that in forever. That's a good call, dude. I'm going to watch that later on. Jesse A saying Courtney killed Kurt. A lot of people think that, man. I'd kill myself if that was my girl.
Meatloaf, more like roast beef.
Meatloaf, which came out in Fight Club. He was Big Moosey with the big tits.
No, I remember that, dude.
Salisbury steak. Ed Norton was with Courtney Love and Salma. No. Ed Norton, Salma Hayek, was that a thing? They were. They were together for 4 years.
Damn.
He had her in her prime. He's having dinner with her right here. Wow. How did I not know this?
He got the goat, man.
He got the goat. You got the goat.
You know what's funny? Me and Chris Leha were talking in the morning. We're talking about Salma Hayek, dude. How hot she is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she is. It's a nugget, man. Nugget.
Sith and Salma. I know Swiss is probably going to go ahead and superimpose Sith right next to Salma Hayek, dude. You watch. They're quick with these memes, man.
Yeah, we had somebody say the Cardigans from the 90s.
Oh, yeah, the Cardigans. Oh, God.
The singer. Is that love me, say that you love me. Yeah, she was kind of a nerdy hot, dude. Remember the girls from the Corrs?
Oh, yeah.
You Leave Me Breathless?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. All three of them were just insanely hot.
That was such
dude.
a corny pop song, dude.
It was a great song, dude. I go to like Walgreens or I go to like HEB and I'm all, oh.
Are we at that age now where they're playing bangers at the HEB, at the Walmart? One of my friends was telling me that. He's like, hey, bro, man. I was out here doing my shopping at HEB. He goes, they dropping some bangers, bro. He goes, are we at that age now where they're dropping bangers at the HEB? He said he got his card. He was like, okay.
I'll take my AirPods out. So I was at Get It On Tonight. You know that song by Montel Jordan? Get it on tonight. That was on at HEB the other day. I was like, man, they're in a groove today, baby.
And look, they got a SAFC match coming up here on Saturday. SAFC match Saturday.
Are we allowed to drink? What's going on with that? What's going on with that?
You can drink. I mean, but they're just not doing that I don't think they're doing the tailgates right now. So you can go to the match and you can go ahead and have beers there if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's dollar beer night that night. You got to check. Got to look at the schedule.
Let's get some love to MCS General Contracting, because in honor, we're going to pour one out for Salma Hayek, because did not realize that she was in a relationship with Edward Norton for 4 years.
The GOAT, man. He got the GOAT. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
That Diamond Hard Concrete by MCS General Contracting. I am a client of theirs, man. I'm a happy customer. They did a sidewalk at my house. They extended my covered patio. Dude, this weekend, though, I got to get the yard done, man.
Again?
We had that rain from a couple of weeks ago.
Dude.
And for some reason, my bushes are growing at an odd pace. Like one's growing larger than the other at a faster pace. So I got to get in on that this weekend, man. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Probably, maybe not even this weekend. I think I'll do it today.
You're going to be pruning.
Pretty much, man.
You're going to have the dogs in the backyard?
Dude, Cody's on my shit list right now, man. Cody pissed everywhere last night.
Oh, man.
He pissed everywhere. So I have Norma coming in, who's going to be, she comes in and mops the floors and whatnot. She's coming in tomorrow. I swear my house smells like piss.
Like urine.
It just pisses me off, because it wasn't just like in the living room, because I have tile. So
yeah.
On the tile, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, it happens from time to time. Was in the pantry, was in the laundry room, was in the restroom, was in my office. Now it's all tiled, so it's easy to clean up. But I'm like, how many times did you piss? And the thing is that whenever I crate him, he doesn't pee himself. So now that's the thing. I got to take him back into the crate and put him in there, because I've been very lax about it, letting him like
he's getting
roll
old?
the yard. He's 3.
Oh, no. He's just misbehaving, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to be the alpha, so he's marking his territory.
Dude, this is Duncan's house. Duncan, my husky,
saying.
that is his house. Duncan sleeps on the bed now.
Not anymore.
Well, no, Duncan does not pee.
No, I'm not Duncan. I'm saying
Cody's
Cody.
Cody's gonna be in the crate now. But Duncan, it's funny. The husky, I've only seen him have an accident once, and that was like about a week ago. And I think he had the accident because Cody's peeing all over the place. And he's like, "Oh, this is okay." And I gave him a big old smack on the ass, and Duncan's been perfectly fine ever since then. But man, that dog, dude, Cody, I love the dog. It's a loving dog.
You probably woke up in the morning. You're like, "What the hell is this?"
Dude, do you know what it was? I woke up this morning, and my Maltese, a little white dog,
Daisy.
had to go to the bathroom, and she's pawing at me, right? So I get up, and it's still dark outside. It's about 5:30 in the morning, right? It's still dark.
Yeah.
I didn't turn on the light. I'm walking dude, I almost slid.
No.
I almost slipped because I slid on
slip and slide,
piss,
man.
dude.
Damn.
It sucked, man.
Tales from the hood, man.
Chris Gonzalez saying Cody's the captain now. Cody's gonna be in the kennel. Cody's in the kennel now. She's on my shit list. Dude, last night watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
I'm not going to give anything away because there are a lot of
look
reveals.
at Mario Cavazos. He says, "A grade for Deadpool and Wolverine. Did you make an executive wish?" You know what? If we're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to have to do the entertainment bump.
Let's do it. I did not realize that matinee tickets still exist. I went to go see the movie at 4:00 at Flicks. It was $6 for the ticket.
Damn, prime time is a lot more than that.
Yeah, so it's like $14 typically,
Yeah.
12 to $14. Went out there, saw Deadpool for $6, but then when I got my tab for all the dinner for me and my kids and the drinks and all that, it was $100 total.
I was gonna say at least $100
bucks, $100 total. Right, just take a C note, right?
Yeah.
But it's funny when you go to the movies, and I'm taking my daughter over there, my teenage daughter, and I'm thinking to myself, why are the previews so racy? And I realize it's because it's an R movie.
Exactly.
It's an R movie. So it broke the record last weekend for the most money made by an R-rated movie for an opening weekend. It's like over 200 million in the United States.
Yeah.
It was like double that worldwide. And so I go to the movie theater, and I'm looking around, and they have like these outtakes that they have out there of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. Yesterday, you and Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs were telling me that I was going to miss a lot, that I wasn't going to get every reference.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there was about 30 references I didn't get, right? But I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care because it was funny. It was entertaining. Ryan Reynolds, the voice that he gives is funny. There were certain lines that were there that I thought were hysterical because, I mean, kids were like laughing, but I don't think they understood what they were laughing. There was one joke that he said about whiskey dick.
Oh,
and I was like, the kids are laughing. I'm like, do the kids know what whiskey dick is?
they probably don't.
Are they just laughing because Ryan Reynolds has a voice that indicates that is a joke and you're supposed to laugh at that point?
And
right?
there's the image from the film.
Yeah. The dog. Love the dog.
Dog pool.
Dog pool.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give away much of this movie. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was entertaining.
What did you think about
funny.
the intro right when it started?
The
dancing to NSYNC.
Oh yes. Okay. So there's an NSYNC
The bye
reference.
bye bye.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. My question about all this, and this is what I don't know: is Ryan Reynolds always on the screen, or is that just like a dancer?
No, I think that was him.
Well, because he's covered. I mean, is Ryan Reynolds just doing voiceover work for half the
they
movie?
they have video of him doing the dance.
Oh, okay.
In the costume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you could have another dancer or an actor match the mannerisms of Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. That was him in the costume doing that. They showed the video. He's like a blue screen or something they have all around him.
Yeah.
And that's him. They have a guy that's like right there at his level with the whole camera gear and everything, and he's doing the dance.
There was a joke in the middle of the movie that I laughed hysterically at, and no one laughed. And I was the only one there who laughed. He referred to one of the other Deadpools as Van Milder.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he makes fun of a lot of the movies that he stars in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I love the movie. Hugh Jackman. I mean, the guy's jacked to begin with.
He's juiced up, man.
Oh, I know, man. And he breaks the fourth wall. They all break the fourth wall all the time in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And my daughter's just looking over at me going, Dad, they keep breaking the fourth wall. And I'm like, do you like that or not? She's laughing and laughing. I'm like, well, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. Gonna give it an A because the Deadpool movies do it for me. Okay, so I was told back in the day that I don't like superhero movies, but that I am big into anti-hero movies. And I didn't know what the difference was. So I guess an anti-hero, if I'm not mistaken, Joe, is a good guy who does bad things.
Yeah.
Right? Is a good guy, is on the side of good, but is willing to bend the rules, break the law, or whatever the case may be to get done. Superman is kind of like the one that doesn't do anything wrong, right? Is always 100% pure. But then you have the Batmans of the world, the Deadpools who are willing to kick ass if need be. I liked Kick-Ass back in the day. Was Kick-Ass part of this whole situation, or what was it? Was it off? Was it an offshoot? It was
its own thing.
Okay, I liked Kick-Ass. What did you think of those movies? Because that was fun.
It was good, but the comics were very intense.
Really?
Yeah, you just got a little taste.
Now, I mean, the lame one that I enjoyed a little bit was Ant-Man.
You liked his friend. That Mexicano. Explain what happened. Well, this is what happened. My cousin. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, God, man. How can you have conversation with this dude?
And he's that same character in basically every movie that he does, man. He was in that movie. Was it Starsky and Hutch? No, Chips.
Chips.
It was Chips. He basically played the same character, man.
He's got that ADHD.
When he was talking about the women in Lululemons and how you can't look at those girls because he's trying to like not get aroused because he's having a problem jerking off, and he goes, "Oh my God, they're wearing Lululemons. Just I can't look at them, but just describe to me what they're doing, what they're wearing." That is funny, dude.
Yeah, man. His character's got ADHD for sure.
Yeah,
it's like Squirrel. He's going off on tangents. Like, bro, just tell me what happened, man.
But Deadpool and Wolverine was funny. People are like, "Oh my God, the ending means this," and the ending means I don't know what any of it means. I don't care.
It was a montage just to what came before, with Hugh Jackman and the X-Men and all that. From back in the day. I'm sure you've watched maybe one of those X-Men movies.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
Well, X-Men was a big deal back then.
Like Marvel, DC, and whatever the other one is.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones belong to which.
Yeah, no, it's just you built different, man. Like me and Jeff are big time nerds. We actually probably even went to the same comic book shops on the south side of town.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, they used to give us our comics, our little subscription comics that we had. They had your name on a little brown bag, and you would just go in and get your comics like every week or every other week. It was a thing, dude. We get excited for that because it was before internet. We didn't have a cell phone or any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we got our entertainment.
Yeah, I was never into the comic books, man. Never into it. But I do remember back in the day, the big thing going to the movies. I remember seeing Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. I vividly remember going to that. I was with my friend Ronald from church. We went to go see that movie, and I remember when it came out on VHS, that was a big deal, man. And then you had the Prince song, The Bat Dance.
Oh, God.
That was good.
Yeah, the ending was just like the Jewish show was saying. The ending was memorial for, the Fox and the Marvel verse. It's just like a montage of what came before.
Now, are you surprised that I gave the movie an A?
I'm surprised you gave it an A. I didn't think you would. You gave it an A based on what it did for you. It was entertaining. It was funny. But there was a lot more going on. So, like, if you watched the Loki series, for example, on Disney Plus, you would have known exactly what was happening with what they were explaining and what everything meant, as far as like the void and that kind of stuff. And,
I don't think that it's something that you can that you need to like.
No, you don't need to. But I'm saying, like, from your perspective, you enjoyed it, and that's great. But from our perspective, that we're vested in all these characters' storylines, and we watch these other series, and it shows you how everything kind of connects at the end of the day. You appreciate it more, and you find the little nuances of things that are in there, and some of the things that some of these characters say, and all that. Like one of the things.
But Jeff Garcia was basically saying that I would be lost, and I think it's something to the point where there's certain ways that you can make a movie, where you can gloss over it. I mean, you can appreciate it if you are the nerd that loves everything Marvel, right? Or the lore, the history behind it. But they're writing it in such a way that you can just jump on. I make the reference all the time to Rocky and Creed. There's a young generation of people who have watched all the Creed movies and have loved them, but have never seen Rocky. You do not need to see Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Balboa in order to enjoy Creed. Creed is a standalone thing. So going into this movie, I was kind of afraid that I was going to be like, y'all were saying that I was going to miss out. I wasn't going to know what's going on. But the fact of the matter is that I didn't need to.
Yeah.
I understood the plot well enough, and I didn't have to watch Loki to enjoy it. Now, I do enjoy Ryan Reynolds, and by the way, Hollywood Reporter, if you want to show my screen real fast, has an article that they released a couple of days ago where they tried ranking the 13 best Ryan Reynolds movies. Now, Ryan Reynolds, I mean, the guy's had an outstanding 20-year career.
He has.
And I want to see how many of these movies I've seen, and I'm going to give you a letter grade, Joe, on some of these, right? Number 13, ranked according to the Hollywood Reporter, number 13, Life from 2017. Have never seen it. The Atom Project. Never seen it. Have you seen any of these movies? Detective Pikachu.
I've seen that one.
Any good?
It's all right.
It's all right.
I mean, the kids wanted to go see it.
Women in Gold, number 10. Never seen it.
Never.
Free Guy at number 9.
I've seen that one.
Loved Free Guy.
It's funny.
It's a great movie. Do you notice that the Ryan Reynolds movies typically have like a big female pop star that sings a song? Like this one was Mariah Carey's Fantasy.
Yeah.
You know, it was Fantasy, right?
Fantasy.
And then, you know, you had Madonna in the last movie. Free Guy, a fantastic movie, came out in 2021. He's was it called an NPC, right?
Non-playable character.
Non-playable character, and that suddenly becomes playable, or at least goes rogue.
Yeah.
Great movie, funny movie, lots of cameos. Number 8, they have Finder's Fee as the 8th best movie of Ryan Reynolds' career. Never seen it. Number 7, Smoking Aces. I've seen this movie. Not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Bit of a thriller. Number 6. Oh my God, one of my favorite movies in the world.
It's a chick flick. Dude.
Definitely, maybe.
I've never watched this.
This is not a chick flick. This is a guy movie.
I never watched it, dude.
This is a guy. You know how we talk about like a guy chick flick would be like She's Out of My League.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely maybe means something with me because it stars Ryan Reynolds and Abigail Breslin. Abigail Breslin was young back in the day. She's now an actress that's probably about 20 years old by now.
Yeah.
It resonates with me because I got divorced the first time in 2008. This movie came out in 2008, and it's about a young guy who goes through a divorce, and his daughter's trying to find out, you know, what happened, what went wrong, but not ask what went wrong with the relationship, but wants to know about her dad's history, like who were his past girlfriends. And basically he's doing a retrospective of his life, of every woman he's ever loved.
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell his daughter, you know, you can love several people in your lifetime. You know, you can love somebody for 50, 60, 70 years. You can love somebody for just 10.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you didn't love them. It just means that you broke up and you moved on, right? So he's telling his love life story to her. And what's going on is she's picking up cues that he didn't get early on in his life. And, you know, he's starting to learn about like what he did wrong and all of that stuff based on his daughter's reactions to his storytelling.
Yeah.
It's a sad movie. It's an uplifting movie. It's a funny movie. It's sad. It's all the emotions in between. Definitely maybe is an exceptionally good movie. Isla Fisher is in it. Elizabeth Banks is in it. Lots of good actors in this movie. And Rachel Weisz, who's beautiful. They all play like the former ex-girlfriends.
She's my celebrity crush.
Really?
Yeah.
So they all play his ex-girlfriends, like the ones that he was in love with at some point in his life. And he relives his past. Just Friends at number 5. Funny movie.
Oh, I've seen this one.
Funny. Is this a chick? This is maybe a chick flick a little bit.
Oh, I don't know, because it's not so much of a chick flick. I would say it's like one of those rom-coms.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
so
the classification.
So you have Ryan Reynolds when he was in high school. Remember he started singing "All for Ones I Swear" in the mirror, and he's like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
And he leaves high school basically in embarrassment, ends up losing all the weight, is now a stud. But the second he goes back home, he falls back into being the nerd again.
Yeah.
And Anna Faris in this movie was hysterical as one of his pop star clients. Great movie. Highly recommend. Number 4, Waiting. If anybody's in the food service industry, they have to watch this movie. I mean, you had not only another movie with Anna Faris, by the way. This
movie is goated. Dude.
Justin Long is in it.
Remember that
Dane Cook.
Remember the game that we're playing in that one?
Yeah.
The guys.
Yeah,
The Batman.
the Batman, the Batwing.
You looked.
You
You looked.
2 kicks. Luis Guzman making a cameo appearance in this movie. The Abraham Lincoln. Great movie. Great movie. People are reaching out right now saying all smoke shows. I'm assuming from Definitely Maybe. Sandra Bullock in The Proposal is what they're hoping for on there.
Oh, okay.
Sam Salina is saying Just Friends. It's a Christmas movie.
It is. It takes place during that time.
Yep. Who's saying that you're so disgusted?
It definitely made
Definitely
me.
maybe.
Just
Good
like,
movie. Good movie.
No.
Number 3, they have Deadpool. Makes
All right.
sense. Deadpool's a funny movie, man. It's a great character. And I like the fact that he makes fun in the Deadpool movies about the fact that this was probably the comic that no one thought would ever be made. That it was like the least popular, but it became popular as a movie because of him. And Ryan Reynolds is like, you do realize that Deadpool's a thing, not because it was a good comic, but it was because of me.
Yeah, he's the one that made that character come to life.
Number 2, Deadpool 2. Okay. And at number 1, Deadpool and Wolverine. The Proposal with Sandra Bullock not even making the top 13 list. Now, it's also with Betty White, by the way.
Oh, yeah, the great Betty White, man.
The late, great Betty White. So they have right now is Deadpool and Wolverine being the greatest of the Ryan Reynolds movies of all time, 2024 with Hugh Jackman. And there's that dog. The dog pool.
That damn dog. That thing is ugly as hell.
Drew Show saying, Forgiveness sung by Anna Faris. Forgiveness means never having to say sorry.
They're saying Rudy G is saying Amityville remake.
Nice.
Hey, but we got some entertainment news coming again to you, man.
Let's see.
Hot and heavy. Look what they're bringing back.
No.
Yes, man.
Globo Gym against Average Joe's.
Look at what it says. The Ocho is back on ESPN 2 starting August the 1st through the 4th. So it's starting right now, boys. You can go check it out. The Ocho.
The Ocho is returning.
The Ocho is returning.
So they're going to have some weird ass sports going on.
Oh, you know it, dude. And you know what's funny? The Ocho wouldn't even be a thing without this movie, man. You hate dodgeball. I know you don't like it.
I like dodgeball.
I thought you didn't like it.
No, I liked it. I didn't think it was like great. I thought it was pretty good.
Funny, dude.
I mean,
Patches O'Houlihan.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
No, man.
I would say that I would give the letter grade of dodgeball a solid B.
Yeah.
A solid B. It was a good movie. It was fun. It was above average comedy. I didn't think it was like groundbreaking.
But it was funny as hell, man.
I mean, it got a little bit old with a pirate.
Man, they did my boy dirty, though. Patches, man. They killed him off with that leprechaun. He was going out to celebrate. He goes, hey, man, I got some coke and hookers in my room. My treat.
My treat.
They offed the brother before he even got to the room, man.
I like how Ben Stiller got all fat towards the end.
Oh, yeah. Oh, eating the bucket of chicken. Well, did you see, remember that one part where they barged in on him in his office and he was stuffing his crotch full of pizza? It was like, you're not supposed to be here. Or knock.
One of my favorite lines of that movie was Ben Stiller looking at the mural of himself with the bull.
Oh, with the bull.
He goes, that's me taking the bull by the horns.
The literal bull by the horns.
That actually happened.
Oh,
that was a
my
good
God.
movie. I mean,
can you imagine going to a fitness place like he had, right? Global Gym.
yeah.
And they make fun of you while you're working out.
I think it would work, man. I think for some people it would work. I mean, you need to have some sort of motivation when it comes to it all. And you know what's funny about working out? Now that I'm kind of back into it, it's all about being active. And you start working out. My friend Francesco told me this the other day. He goes, if you just simply, the hard part's dieting, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to diet without working out, that's one thing. But if you work out, you feel bad about eating like crap, right? So you don't want to ruin your workout, right? So I look at that way, like just don't
cheat on yourself.
Yeah, right. Because it's like if you're gonna go run 3 miles, you're not gonna want to have the ice cream because it's gonna like ruin what you just did, right? So that's what I'm thinking right now when it comes to like working out is that if I go work out, and the last 2 days, I haven't wanted to work out. I didn't feel like it, but my friend Alex was like, "Let's go." Rudy J posting that thing going 6.06 miles. I was like, I'll match him.
There you
It's
go.
a competitiveness type of thing that goes on.
You
So
get motivated.
I mean, I'm getting.
Hey, check this out, Sam
a little bit
Salinas.
better, a little bit better.
He's saying Jason Bateman stole the movie with his limited role, man. And I remember that my favorite thing that he said. He came, he was there calling the game, right? And they, of course, they got the outfits mixed up, right?
Yeah,
And you have those old people coming out, and that guy, he's wearing that necklace that says "Daddy,"
yeah,
and he goes, "That's rad."
it's rad.
Because they all came out in that S&M gear.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my
So
god.
I sent my friend that GIF from that movie from the movie of Jason Bateman yesterday saying, "Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if this works out for him."
Yeah.
I think that's what the quote, the
Yeah.
bold move, right? I was saying that yesterday because of Donald Trump speaking at the National Association of Black Journalists, and he starts yelling at the people interviewing him and is going off of Kamala Harris's race and all that. And to my friends who are like really big MAGA, I started sending them text messages of that GIF going, "Bold move. Let's see if that works out for him." It was so bad. It was so funny. I actually found humor in it. I wasn't there
I
mortified.
watched that last night.
I watched it live.
It was funny.
I was
dude.
working and I was there going, "What is he doing?"
I thought, I mean, it was real. I couldn't believe it was real. Like it was actually happening, but it seemed more like a parody than anything else.
It looked like a Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
parody.
like a parody, dude.
And I was just like, wow,
What's going on?
My theory, he doesn't want to win.
I don't know, man.
That's my theory. That's my theory.
I'm just like, what's going on, dude? Like they're trying to ask him questions,
Let's give some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, who's been with us since day one. That's our good buddy, Jeff Garcia, at Jeff G Spurs Zone.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Locked On Spurs. Did you know that Locked On Spurs is less than 20 subscribers away from 5,000?
No, because Jeff doesn't talk about it.
He doesn't look at it.
No.
I was giving him his numbers the other day, and he goes, "I don't even look at that." But I'm looking at it right now. It says 44,980 subscribers, or in that ballpark range, less than 20 away from 5,000. We need to celebrate that. That'll be a double celebration. 1,000 for us, 5,000 for him. He's been going at it for years, so we want to just catch up with him. But Jeff Garcia was mentioning on our show yesterday that he's not on hiatus. It's just the daily content's winding down a little bit because we're in the middle of the season. There's nothing going on. Free agency's over for the most part.
Yeah.
The draft is over. Camp hasn't started. So between now and camp, it's going to be a little bit, maybe every other day for a while.
The doldrums of the season is what we called it.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have an article right now, which you're showing right there. It's saying that NBA executives don't expect Spurs, Stefan Castle, should I say, to win Rookie of the Year in the ESPN poll.
Yeah, it's an ESPN poll basically talking about who they believe is going to be Rookie of the Year. And, if you're the number 4 overall pick, here's the thing about Stefan Castle. I'll give you the argument for him not making the Rookie of the Year. He might not be starting.
Could be, man.
So when was the last time you had a Rookie of the Year come off the bench? So that is the thing, because you have, who's he going to start over? He's going to start over Vassell? No. Chris Paul? No. Sohan? No. Harrison Barnes? No. Wemby? No.
I mean,
he might get 24, 25 minutes. Can he make the most out of that? But really, the award's going to go to somebody who's going to be starting. So somebody's going to need to get hurt for him to start playing some starter minutes.
Well, unless they do something drastic at the point guard position. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, Pop is going to roll out CP3. That's going to be a starting point guard. There ain't no way that he's going to start a rookie over CP3.
Right.
It's not going to happen unless CP3 is injured.
And he does from time to time, 15, 20 games.
They might sit him.
And Vassell also gets hurt 15, 20 games a season, so, he's going to get the opportunity. It just is what it is.
He's going to have to ride that pine pony until his number's called.
Now, is this true? Sith coming out saying that Burger Boy is releasing a Buñuelo flavored shake.
Wow.
Is that true?
I think it is. And I got to get with Chris Leha because we're supposed to do a giveaway now that we hit 1,000. Where we're going to do a $150 Burger Boy gift card giveaway for reaching 1,000.
Nice. I'm a Burger Boy guy, but I think I'm gonna do Chick-fil-A today.
Chick-fil-A is always a move, man. You know what irritates me is that both our kids are similar in what they like. I was asking Ava the other day, pick your fighter, Cane's or was it Chick-fil-A, and she's like, can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick for my kids. It ain't gonna be Sophie's choice, right?
Yeah.
My daughter yesterday wanted Cane's.
I told you it's either Cane's or Chick-fil-A.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get you some Cane's. And I decided, even though I've been working out a lot, I'm gonna try some Cane's, right? Now I noticed they give you the calorie count.
Oh yeah.
And it says, okay, this meal's 1,400 calories.
That's a lot.
But they had the sandwich that was only like 1,100 calories. Now,
Okay.
Now, according to my size, according to these apps, it says that I burn about 3,500, 3,600 calories a day.
Okay.
Just being my size, right? But if you work out, but if I want to lose a pound a week, I need to be at around 2,400 calories when you include working out, right? So if I burn 500 calories working out, I can do 2,400 plus not 500, get to 29. I map that out, right? So I was like, okay, well then I don't eat breakfast because I'm intermittent fasting. My fast today ends at 11 a.m., which is already passed.
Yeah.
So I've done my 16 hours. So it'll be a 17-hour fast when it's all said and done. But I look at it, the sandwich, which I had never had before at Cane's, because I usually get the what's it called? The box combo, the 4 with.
Oh yeah.
I got the box combo. I had never tried the sandwich before. The sandwich actually comes with fewer fries, and it's one fewer strip. It's like 300 fewer calories combined. It's like 1,100 for the meal. So I'm like, I'll do that one instead.
You drink a water instead of a soda.
Yeah. Dude, that sandwich is pretty damn good, man. They drenched it in that sauce.
That sauce, man, it makes everything taste palatable. Without the sauce, it's not that good, man.
Hey, if you want to go on my screen right now.
Oh, I've been showing the screen.
Oh, yeah, man. The cochinos out there in the hill country, man. Express News reporting that Kerr County had a prostitution sting. They got 20 guys busted. A lot of them wanting to have kids as their victims.
Ugh, that's nasty, dude.
You've got Fernando Vasquez, 30-year-old from San Antonio, making his way up to Kerr County because he wanted to solicit prostitution.
From a minor?
Not him, no, but a handful of these people that were arrested that they've listed here.
I wonder how they get these people,
like
man.
Presley James Hartig of Kerrville was arrested on solicitation of prostitution and one count of solicitation of a minor. His bond set at $20,000.
Nah, man, they need to put him in the wood chipper, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
You know, immediately. But the thing is how do they get these people? Like, do they put up an ad or something? Do they have them walking down around the street?
I think it's social media, man.
It's weird, dude. Like, these guys are actively looking, and they go to a place and they get caught. Like they think it's going to be the girl, and all of a sudden the police squad's on you.
Mario Cavazos, dude, you got to repent for what you just posted right now.
They beyond sucio.
No, this is so sad. The guy's a staple of the neighborhood. So he's mentioning. So Mario's talking about the homeless guy that walks up and down Petrenko Road. And I feel so bad for that guy because he's forever sunburned. Yeah, and he's forever without a shirt. And he's forever big. Like how is he eating?
No, have you seen him lately, dude? He's lost some weight.
Really?
He's lost a lot of weight.
The guy's like a walking lobster, man.
I feel bad for him, man. But he hangs out here by the Dutch Brothers.
Yeah.
He
walks from basically
up and down.
Petrenko, just Petrenko. I'd never see him anywhere else.
Down.
I see him like at the kind of like where the Homeland Security building is, across the street where that gas station is.
My workplace.
He goes all the way over here to where like the YMCA is and the Shipley's Donuts. He crosses 151. He goes past the Stout House.
He goes over here to the dollar store that's right here in the 151 shopping center.
And the Cash America. He goes to like across street from Stevens High School. I've even seen him as far up as the HEB on Petrenko in 1604.
I bought him a couple bottled waters one time.
And then he circles back around and he walks it all the way back. And all he does is pace. I see him like 5 times a week for like 5 years.
True story, dude. We're at the dollar store one time, me and my kids. and he came into the store, right? And he's asking everybody in line, "Can I get in front of you? Can I get in front?" Everybody's telling him, "No, no, no."
Oh, really?
And he comes up to us and he's like, "Do you mind if I cut in front of you?" And I was like, "You know what? You don't even have to cut in front of me." I said, "You're just gonna buy some waters? I'm next in line. I got you, man." And
That's
I went,
awesome.
I got him and I gave him his water. He was so thankful. He just went about his day, dude. But I was like, man, you don't even.
Is he coherent?
He's coherent, but he's got some problems, some mental problems, because he talks to himself a lot, and he knows, he knows that he's got some issues, and that's why he's asking to cut in front of people, because he can't help but blurt stuff out,
Yeah.
and he just wants to get out of the store and leave people alone, you know.
Yeah.
And I understand that. That's why I was like, man, you don't even need to cut, bro. I got you. I'm next. I'll buy you water for you.
Understood.
Yeah.
Team USA basketball, the women's side, going at 2:00 against Belgium. So Team USA 1-0. They're going to win the gold, dude. I mean, they're by far the class of women's basketball. It ain't even close, dude. The question's not going to be whether they're going to win, but how much are they going to win by?
Look at Tim Gonzalez was telling us here in the chat that not to forget that Team USA women's basketball, they're going to play today. They're in action at 2:00 on the USA Network is where they're going to televise.
USA Network. Let's make it happen. Real fast. Let's show some love to me.
Yeah,
if you can get my lower.
You got
third.
your picture?
You want me to put up my picture?
I want you to put the picture.
Okay, you know what? Ooh, we got a $2 super chat. Let's go there.
See what we got from Rudy G. Demon Mike and Rachel Pizzolato.
Who is
hotties.
Rachel Pizzolato?
I don't know. We want to show that on screen. We're going to be searching. I'm taking it off.
I don't know. Okay. So far, so good. She an Olympian?
Maybe.
She's taking the gold of my heart. Oh, well, what's going on? Whoa. Ooh, talk about a steak. It says hungry.
Damn. That's why I said I don't know if I wanted to
show there's a
that.
poll here asking the question, who's hotter, Rachel Pizzolato or City Sweet? We got to find out who this chick is. Who is she? 2 million followers on Instagram. Is she just an Instagram baddie?
Probably.
She's 6'1"? No, I'll take City Sweeney, dude. I ain't gonna go hang with a 6'1" chick.
Here it is, man. Seth was saying he tagged us in it. I did retweet this, and it is true. For a limited time, the flavor of August is a Buñuelo shake, and they actually crumble up the Buñuelo and put it in the shake. Oh,
nice.
So it's not just cinnamon flavored, you know. Damn, that's fire, bro. I might have to try that.
Very nice. So I talk about this photo right here. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now.
Let me see here. Where's it at? What
are you going to be showing?
Are you talking about this photo right here?
Oh, yes.
To show me some love.
There you go. There it is, man.
Because I got to take off from here, man. We were an hour and a half into the show already. Remember when this podcast was supposed to be an hour long?
An hour,
and then went to an hour 15, and now it's like an hour and a half, like an hour 45. Again, there's no local radio from 10 to 2 here in San Antonio. So you can turn to us in the building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J. But this is me during the day. I don't always wear a suit, don't always wear a sports coat, but I do investments and insurances. So think of me if you have any questions about retirement accounts, old 401ks, things like that. You need to help guiding all that. If you have questions about life insurance, disability insurance, long-term care, that is me. My number is 210. Can you show the lower third, please?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Oh, my goodness. I went off and I did my spiel without it.
Yeah, I'm looking for the lower third. I can't seem to find it today.
Right, the number is 210-508-0369, or just DM me and I'll reach out to you and we'll put it in the proper channels at that point. But that is me on the day job. Got about 14 million in investable assets and about 15 million in insurance assets. That's what I do during the day. If you want me to keep doing the podcast, I need to have someone to talk to and have clients during the day. Because if I don't have clients on the day, I ain't doing the podcast. That's how that works. Help me out.
Yeah.
Let me know. Yeah, if you have a friend who is leaving their job, has an old 401k, reach out to me. Tell them, hey, go to Michael. We'll help you out with that stuff. I had a meeting the other day with somebody who was somebody that I was kind of pitching an alliance with.
Yeah.
At the end of the meeting, I asked if he had any questions, and he goes, "You're the guy from Sports Star and the guy on the podcast." And I'm like, that was me. That is me. So Jason Garcia saying I look like JD Vance. No, I don't look like JD Vance. A, I don't have a beard, and B, I am not sexist. But anyway, hope everyone has a fantastic day today. Think the show's on the road tomorrow?
Yeah. So what we're trying to do tomorrow is we're gonna go ahead. We're not trying, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna go and hang out with Fred Jones.
And where's he at? What side of town?
Don't know. I have it here and the DMs here. And we're gonna go ahead and do a live remote from his man cave bar. Looks like a good time, dude. He said he was gonna roll out the red carpet for us. He's gonna cook barbecue.
Nice.
He's gonna have some drinks ready for us and everything, man.
Hey, man, we're starting early on a Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday, dude. So
It's Friday, and we what?
we don't give a damn.
That's what I'm talking about. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We're going to be back tomorrow. Again, everyone have a safe day today. Have a fun day. Come to me if you have any questions about financial stuff. All right. That's me. That's what I do. 210-508-0369. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
I'll see you boys later.